Hello.
Are you gonna do your intro?
Well, you were supposed to say hello back.
Oh, hi.
Welcome back to Chit Chat with Chels and Jesse.
Jeez, Jesse.
Well, you're the one that doesn't know when someone says hello to you to say hello back.
I was waiting for you to say hi, welcome back. You
No.
normally just start with welcome back.
Well, I didn't.
At least it wasn't monotone this time.
Anyway.
I hope you could hear her breathe just now.
Probably. That was a pretty hard breathing.
A hard breathing.
Yeah. So I just found out tonight that Jesse has never tried eggnog.
Nope.
And I have eggnog.
She's got a glass right here.
So he's going to try it.
Unfortunately, we don't have video today because
no, not today.
Holidays are still coming and I'm still working and
we're recording this the night before it's coming out.
yeah. So, all right, let me see that eggnog.
It's very thick, if you didn't know.
I can see that. It looks like a milkshake.
Yeah, kind of.
It doesn't smell like all I can smell is my cigarette.
Well, that's what you get for smoking.
Thank you.
Yep. He's literally sticking his face in the cup.
I'm trying to smell it. It's like...
Just drink it.
All right.
Just drink it. Come on. Go for it.
Oh, it is pretty good.
See?
It's not bad.
I was waiting for you to be like, ew, that's disgusting.
I don't know that I would drink a bunch of it. Like, I guess...
That's why I got a small thing of it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Because I'll do like a small glass here and there. But I forgot about it after I bought it. So I have to drink the rest of it in the next, what's the date? 2 days.
Oh my God, how much more do you have left?
Not very much. I have like maybe 1.5 of these cups left. And it's a small stemless wine glass.
I can help you if you need.
I just don't want it to go to waste.
It tastes like if you melted a Hershey's cookies and cream bar.
Kind of. That. Well, in this brand, some of them have more like spice, and I don't say that like spicy, but like that's what it is it's like the holiday spice or whatever.
Yeah, I can taste a spice in there.
Some have more than others, and this one isn't super strong.
Dude, that's you ever taste or smell something that like reminds you of something like in the past? That just did that to me. And I want
holidays?
What? No, because I've never had it before, or at least I don't think so.
Maybe as a kid.
I don't know. Let me take another drink of that.
Considering that adults will a lot of times mix it with alcohol. Like in the Grinch, when they're at the swinger party. Do you remember that in the Grinch? I don't know if you've ever watched the Grinch.
Why the fuck is there a swinger party in a children's show?
Okay, right. Okay. So for the longest time, I was like, oh, it's just adults having fun. But they all like put their keys in a bowl and they're all drinking like spiced eggnog and it looks like a swinger party to me.
I've seen the porn parody of it.
Oh my God.
That's not what that drink reminds me of. I don't know what that... I hate when that happens, when you smell or taste something like that and it like reminds you of something. I hate not being able to remember what it was. Because like at this point, trying to think of what it was that's reminding me of, I could drink the whole fucking container of it, which would probably make me sick, right?
Yeah, it would make your stomach hurt. That's why I don't drink too much of it.
Yeah, it's good though. I almost was kind of hoping for a bad reaction. But,
I kind of was too. I was expecting one.
No, it's good. I like it.
Okay.
Oh, dog sneeze.
Bless you, Spikers. Okay. Well, as you heard, Jesse's back at work this week anyway. And it's only Tuesday, and it's been a long freaking week. Right. However, at the end of last week, I was listening to one of my other podcasts that I absolutely love, and they actually covered a story that we covered previously. I can't remember which episode we covered it on. However, there was another update like that I didn't know about.
Which story?
It's the Am I the A-hole for hating my wife's creepy hobby project? The one where the wife makes someone in town cheats on their significant other and she makes like a board.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she makes the
okay.
board and like it has pictures of her neighbors and stuff and like strings pointing to like people she thinks that they could cheat with and things like that. And then she adds her husband to the board and then the neighbor, come to find out, the neighbor gets caught cheating. And I say it loosely because his wife found a bra in their home. And when the husband went over, OP went over and asked him about it, he showed him the bra and it was his wife's bra. His wife planted her bra in the house for the reaction. And that was the end of it, was him asking for advice on how to deal with it, because now the whole community of their, area is going to know what she did because he showed the wife of the neighbor, like, hey, this is the board. This is what happened. He didn't cheat on you.
Right.
And then we had nothing. So then I was listening to this podcast 28 days ago. He posted an update. Mind you, all this stuff happened 3 months ago.
Okay.
So he just posted an update. I was freaking out. I was at work. I texted Jesse and I was like, oh my God, there's an update on a story and we didn't know about it. So it actually does kind of coincide with the theme for today, which is work on it or call it quits.
Okay.
So I feel like it kind of intertwines. So we're going to start with that because I was freaking out. So do you remember like what you thought about that story?
Yeah, I thought she was crazy.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that's like kind of obvious, isn't it?
Okay, so we're going to start out with this. So, am I the a-hole for hating my wife's creepy hobby project? This is the latest update. It's been a month since last update. Sorry, I've been busy. Long story short, my wife is in a mental hospital facility.
Oh, no.
After what had happened previously, I did not speak to my wife for a while. I tried to stay working or out of the house as often as I could. Well, a few weeks passed and time made it seem like less and less of a big deal. Finally, my wife offered to take me out to a very nice dinner to make things up to me. She told me everything was behind her, and while I was avoiding her, she had actually started online therapy to get help and realized how what she did was wrong. I really believed her, and we had a great night. One thing led to another that night, and yeah, LOL. It took about 2 days after that for her to get a pregnancy test, and she texted me the positive results. Yeah, I know some of you already think I'm a fucking moron, but it had been a rough year, and this made me really happy. I started getting very excited. We started talking about turning my home office to a baby room, looking up ways to prepare, booking appointments, planning a shower, etc. A really fun but whirlwind week. Unfortunately, she told me that the first ultrasound was at a time I had to be at work, and she would have to go alone. Really bummed me out, and I asked her to reschedule, but she said it was the only availability. Well, the next week she went, and I waited for an update or pictures or anything. Nothing. She came home and was super quiet, and I flipped out and got super worried that the worst had happened. I told her I understood she was probably in a lot of pain about something, but she had to tell me. She finally admitted, no, it wasn't a miscarriage, but she was actually pregnant for longer than she thought, longer than the last time we did it. She actually got pregnant during the time I was avoiding her.
Oh.
Obviously, I was so mad and upset that I couldn't understand why she would do this to me. But then I realized all the signs were there for so long, and all the comments telling me she was probably cheating was right. But I tried to keep a clear head for at least a second because I really love my wife and I couldn't believe it. I asked her who it could have been, and she actually said she didn't know. She said she hadn't done it with anyone during the time I was avoiding her. She swore it and also didn't know what this meant. I thought about it and realized if she was really pregnant for that long, her tummy should be showing, and it wasn't. I decided to call the place and ask them to confirm what she said. My wife told me it would be a waste of time, and she promised she heard them clearly. So I didn't do it that night, but I couldn't sleep that night without hearing it from the doctor myself. I called the clinic she told me she went to the day before in the morning and asked them to confirm the results. They told me something worse than I expected. She had no visit. She was never there. I didn't understand that at all. Before I talked to my wife again, I did what I should have done in the first place and reverse image searched the pregnancy test image. Yeah, it was on Google from a random years old Facebook post. I was again really mad at my wife and couldn't believe she would put me through all this. I confronted her about the picture and that I called the place that there was no appointment. I told her she had a pattern of lying and this was probably the end of our relationship, but she responded in a way I didn't expect. She burst into tears and went manic, which I did expect, but then said that she really had cheated on me and really was pregnant and that I had made this up in my head because I couldn't face what she did to me. She said she felt like the devil and Hitler. I started sobbing and literally screaming at the top of her lungs. She locked herself in the bathroom and told me she was going to kill herself over what she did to me. I couldn't get the door open and freaked out. I called the cops and they broke the door down. She was not hurt, but she was really out of it. They took her to get a mental evaluation and she told them everything there. She even started mixing in stuff about the board and how she knew everyone around her was a cheater. So she had done the same because she was in an evil place. She promised them she was pregnant, but she didn't know who the father was. They tested her while in custody and no pregnancy at all. They told her she was likely suffering from a form of schizophrenia and actually genuinely believed that what she was saying and likely always had to at some level. But it seemed to be getting worse. They said she had a symptom called self-accusation and needed help. Well, I got her in a facility last week and she is safe. They are making a little progress. I do not think she thinks she is pregnant anymore. I have visited a few times, but she is very withdrawn with me and says she feels too guilty to look me in the eye. I think there was definitely meddling at certain parts like planting evidence, but now I just feel terrible. I did not get her the help she needed when all the real signs were there. I hope her medication starts to help and she can be normal again. And yeah, the neighborhood gossip is having a field day with all of this. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope this is the last update. Thanks for the help. Edit. My wife has been to the clinic before and I am an authorized contact. I can ask about her appointments also, local areas, so I know the front desk lady. She was as confused as I was when she saw there was no appointments scheduled and no record of her going. Why don't all you losers shove a fork up your ass and twist it? Also never responding to comments and honestly debating adding this edit, fuck off kindly or unkindly. Apparently he was getting a lot of backlash.
Oh, I'm sure he was. This is one of those posts that's going to get a bunch of reactions. That is,
That's crazy, but it oddly makes sense.
I agree. I don't think that I would hold yourself to blame, though.
No, because how would you know?
Right. Because according to the first initial post, the original post, I didn't get a clue that she was, mental. I mean, no. Okay, mental, but not.
I mean, I thought that something was going on.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like clinically mental.
I didn't think so either. I thought maybe she got too wrapped up in something.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it would evolve into this. I mean, faking not only a pregnancy, faking cheating, faking all of this, saying that everybody was cheating around her. Unfortunately, it got to this point. I'm glad she's getting help.
Right. I wonder though, I wonder if she did actually cheat on him though, because if I were him, I would never. You'd never be able to know.
Right.
Currently, the cat's face is inside that eggnog glass. She does like dairy products. Kitty, she's licking it. Yes, we let our fucking cat walk around on the table. Kindly fuck off, or whatever he said.
So, in the story, they said she had a symptom called self-accusation. Okay. So, it involves holding oneself responsible for an offense, mistake, or misconduct, whether real or imagined. Self-accusation is an internal process in which an individual assumes guilt or accountability for something they believe they have done wrong.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, I mean, I guess until her meds start working, maybe he won't know if she actually cheated. Now, let me pose this question. Let's say I had a total mental breakdown. Like, this was me. Would you work on it or would you call it quits?
I'd work on it, but I would be very cautious on the cheating thing because that's like all that would be for me is a giant repeat of the past, and like it would be worse now because we're married.
I'll give you that.
I think that if you were able to make a full like recovery, I guess that would help. I mean,
yeah,
obviously that would take some time. It's going to take some time for her.
definitely.
But I mean, obviously that's only speculation. I feel like yes, I would do what I could to make it work because
Same.
I mean, you're the only person that's ever gotten me to the point that I'm at now. So I feel like even if something like that were to happen, somewhere deep down, you're still that person.
Right. Well, and I'm hoping that she can come back from it because he even does say, like, that he visited a few times, but she's very withdrawn with him and says she feels too guilty to look him in the eye.
Yeah, that's kind of a sign of I'm coming back, it seems like.
Right. And the guilt can come from so many different places. It can come from everything she did, like what against the neighbor, lying to him, pretending she was pregnant, like all of that. But with her, issue, then there's a chance that she thought it was real at the time.
Right.
So that's hard.
Well, there's like a lot of unanswered questions in there too. Like, has she had a history of mental illness like that?
I don't know.
Because if it was like a one-off thing, like nothing like that has ever happened before, which I know that there's like different stages of that type of thing. But like if nothing has ever happened before,
right,
then it's like, holy shit, where the fuck did this come from, Because like,
well,
if you were to do that, it would be absolutely shocking because like as far as mental bouts with either of us go, it's been like depression or something like that that type of thing like kind of just rears its ugly head every once in a while.
Yeah, it really does.
For both of us. So that's understandable. So like if you not even if one of us had a really bad mental state, I could see like, oh, like we're suicidal or something like that. Like that is in the realm of possibility for us, but I like something like that. If it went that far, it would be so hard to like, oh, what the hell happened,
Right.
Chelsea just knocked a water bottle off the table.
I was trying to pick it up to throw it at the dogs.
Spike is gonna bite it and drink the peach water.
Oh my gosh. No, I completely agree with everything you just said. I can see why he freaked out though at the end with the edit. There are so many people that are like, "Oh, this is fake. Like, there's no way this is real. Nobody would that it escalated too quickly." Da 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 da. And like, oh, he couldn't have called the clinic or whatever, which is not true. If she had put him on as her like medical person, like there, you can call my doctor and get information because I put you down as someone who they could give information to.
Right. Well, yeah, that's like these fucking people just don't know shit about fuck, literally, because like I don't hardly ever go to the doctor, but I know that I can. Like, they fucking ask you. You normally fill out a sheet like, who can we share this information with?
Yep.
It's a HIPAA thing.
Yep. And they're saying because of HIPAA that they couldn't have gotten that information. However, because of HIPAA, if she had filled out, and he even states that she filled out a paper before giving him access to this. So he is going through a lot, and some of these people are really not helping.
No, and that's the fucking shitty part about comments in general, but just social media. I mean, Jesus, all my fishing shit I get fucking idiots on. I mean, like, it's so stupid. It like almost every fucking time has to deal with a fucking dogfish. It's always dogfish. I don't know what the fuck it is about them goddamn fish, but they do get me a bunch of views every time. But I mean, some people, you get a mixed bag with it. Anytime you do anything on social media that it's public, you know, and especially with a story like this that you posted on Reddit, like,
yeah, it's a lot.
There's always those people. I mean, like the other day, I posted the picture of the pike that I caught. Mm-hmm. Some guy commented and said, "Nice walleye." Like, he's obviously fucking around. I'm like, "Thanks, man. I was trying for shark." Like, haha, it's hilarious. But yeah, but then you get the other side of the spectrum that's like, oh, well, fucking, you snagged that or whatever. Or in this case, these people, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. One of the comments, schizophrenia, like most mental health disorders, has a spectrum. Just because some commenters had experiences with schizophrenic that couldn't be cured does not mean that this will be the case for your wife. This is not her fault any more than it is your fault. If you love her and take your vows seriously, you owe it to her to hang in there for at least a few months to see how her treatment progresses. Obviously, if she is not getting better, you may need to reevaluate. However, leaving her now while she is on such a vulnerable and liminal state would be nothing short of cruel.
I agree with that. In the past, I've been like to, you know, the lowest point, like rock bottom or whatever, and that's when I've been left. And right. It's like, it's such a slap in the fucking face because, like, you are at the point where you desperately need someone there. And that person that you think is supposed to be there for you then sees that you're in this type of state, and they're like, oh, no, I don't want anything to do with this. And it's such a shitty thing to have to go through.
It's hard because, like, I understand, like, if people don't understand it, that's completely understandable. But to just leave because you don't understand it.
Right. Give it a chance. Try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Be there for that person that you told that you would be there for.
It just means that it wasn't meant to be.
Right.
Honestly. So, if it were me, I would work on it. Yeah. I would not call it quits.
Alrighty. 23 minutes on one subject.
Not a full 23.
No, you're right. We did a little intro thing.
Yeah, you had to taste test the
I'll
eggnog.
Taste test it again.
You can taste test it again.
Oh, dude, you almost spilled
Did I almost
that whole
spill
thing.
it?
Yeah, it hit the handle on that other cup.
Oh, I forgot about the handle.
Dude, it went like this. It just like...
Oh, no. I'm going to make a mess.
It was just out of my reach, too.
Okay. So, this next one is also from Am I the Asshole? 1 month ago. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that if he wants to say he does everything, then he can go ahead and prove it?
Don't look at me like that.
Like what?
Like we've had this conversation before.
I, 25 female, have been married to my husband, 29 male, for 5 years. I am a stay-at-home mom to 2 kids, 4 female and 1 male. While I was making breakfast this morning, DH was breaking down boxes. DH.
Dumb husband.
Oh, duh.
I don't know if
that might be.
I don't know if that's actually what it is.
Well, that's what we're going to go with because she didn't specify.
Okay.
DH was breaking down boxes so he could take out the trash and recycling that had piled up over the last week while we were all busy with Halloween activities. A box filled with packing peanuts got spilled when he picked it up, and one comment from him and spilling them ended up turning into a big argument about how I don't help with chores around the house. For the record, the only 2 chores we agreed would be his responsibility were dishes and taking out the trash. Every once in a while, I will ask for help with changing a diaper, feeding the kids the food I've already prepared, but the 2 main chores he has are dishes and trash. I take care of their laundry. I take them places during the day for their education, entertainment, library, children's museum, etc. I try to fit a load of dishes in during nap time while our daughter eats lunch to try and help when the dishes are starting to get out of hand. And sometimes if he's particularly tired after a day, he'll ask me to help with dishes so he can go to bed. Unfortunately, for the past week, both the trash and the dishes were neglected while we were running around doing Halloween activities with the kids. So in the argument this morning, he claimed that he does everything and has to beg me to do even just 1 load of dishes a month. And now he's told our daughter that I'm being sarcastic because I left to go... Sarcastic? I'm being sarcastic because I left to go eat my portion of the breakfast I made for the family in our bedroom while he finishes figuring out how to get all the trash taken out, do a load of dishes, feed our son the eggs I made, and find a way to entertain our daughter and keep both kids out of trouble while he's busy. And that's still not everything I do because I managed to find a minute to do the kids' laundry earlier this week, and I'm the one that made breakfast before the argument started. Am I the asshole for letting him prove he does everything if he's going to claim it?
I want to say no, you're not the asshole, but like there's a bigger issue here.
There is. I will say not the asshole, and I don't think sarcastic was the correct word there.
I don't think so either. I was morbidly confused.
I was too. That's why I repeated it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't think she's an asshole. I do think that stay-at-home parents, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, or whatever, they're not looked at as that's a job. They're looked at, oh, you don't work, so this is what you do. No, that is a job because you're a chef, you're a maid, you are a laundry service, you are a chauffeur. You're all of these things along with mom duties.
Right.
You know, and he has 2 chores. That's it. She takes care of the kids 100% of the time. She does everything else in that house. And then you want to have an issue because you didn't take out the trash and you spilt packing peanuts?
Seems like a him problem.
Right. And it was after a full week. You know, and the thing about it is, there are going to be some weeks where I do, like, the one half of the couple does more and the other half does less. There's going to be weeks where things pile up and don't get done because people are so freaking busy. It happens to us all the time.
It's not always 50-50.
It's not.
Sometimes it's 80-20.
Exactly. And I feel like that's the bigger part of this is he's like, oh, well, it seems like he wants her to be 100% all the time.
Right.
And that's not possible, especially with 2 little kids.
Well, it seems like he's trying to do 90-10.
Yeah, and that's not fair.
No.
That's not fair at all.
Well, see, and like we go through this twice a year. Mm-hmm. I get laid off, and like the first couple days of layoff, I'm pretty fucking lazy. Like I want to play Xbox. It's been 6 months since I played Xbox.
Yeah.
Like dishes need done. I will get to them. But it comes out once or twice every time because I'm taking advantage of being laid off and I'm not doing nothing. Like
right.
I'm taking, for me, what is much needed time to just relax. But then I also am like, okay, I'm not doing shit. Okay, I slept till fucking 10:30 today. I got out of bed, I made coffee, started cleaning up the house, got sidetracked, stopped. And then I started doing what I wanted to do after I fucking got sidetracked. Mm-hmm. This recently happened.
It did.
So
you guys should see the look I'm giving him.
Yeah. But I don't even get mad at you, though, when you say something about, like, well, you could have done the dishes, because you're right. You are right. And, like, I always have a snarky comeback, but it, like, sometimes gets ill-perceived
Yeah.
But you know that, like, I will fall back into okay, like, shit needs done. I will get it done.
Right.
I mean, like the other day, I did the dishes and I cleaned up, like this fucking guy, I cleaned up all the fucking cardboard that had been sitting on the back porch.
Yeah. We had a whole, like, pile
that
of
had
cardboard.
been sitting there longer than a fucking week, for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, it filled our...
the back half of the porch, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it filled up the recycling bin, though.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like that's also a little bit different too, because at that time, like, then you have to think like, okay, you're at home doing nothing or playing video games or whatever. My ass got up early, did everything I had to do in the morning, went to work, came home, and then to cook dinner, I have to do the dishes, and then I have to cook dinner, and then I have to do this, and I have to do that. And for her, it never ends.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm able to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have someone tugging on my pant leg. I don't have to give baths. I don't have to read stories. I don't have to put to bed. She does.
I want you to do all those things to me.
I'm not doing that.
You won't give me a bath?
No.
Will you read to me before bedtime?
Sure, if you want to listen to my book.
That fucking porn book, dude?
It hasn't been like that.
Not this one.
Whatever.
Chelsea has 500 books. 2 of them are not porn books.
That's not true. And
One's
there's
a cookbook.
there's only a few smut sections in the book I'm currently reading. Anyway, this person was deemed not the asshole. Top comment, not the asshole. Get fair play. Come at it from a place of wanting fairness and a solution. Tell him that you hear him and you want to understand more how he is feeling. Ask him to go through fair play with you and divide the household chores so that it can feel more fair and he has more choices. It will quickly bring to light all that needs doing in a house, and it will allow for real conversations about what needs doing and how often. Stop fighting. It will always be me against you, and you need to be partners.
Agreed.
That is an awesome comment.
There are some real folks out there. What in the fuck is going on over here?
I don't know. Maybe it's moving. Anyway, sorry, there was a noise coming from the table. But someone did respond to that and said, don't play fair because he doesn't think it's fair right now. Tell him, fine, you'll switch chores with him because he does so much more. Then kick up your feet and watch him sink. While you're arranging this, though, keep saying things like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how unfair we were sharing responsibilities and chores. I'm sorry for blah, blah, blah. Try to not laugh your ass off while doing this. Then let him burn and laugh. That's very cruel. I wonder if this person's married.
Yeah. Well, that's taking the low road.
It sounds like someone who isn't married giving advice. I think they could definitely work on it if they sit down and communicate.
Yeah.
I don't think I would walk away. I don't think I would call it quits on this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That seems pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But again, like, this is something that we both have to keep in mind here is that you and I are very good at communicating.
But we weren't always.
No, we weren't always, but we did learn that.
We did.
I feel like we go over this every episode.
At least once every episode.
Right. We do have a very good communication now.
No. And even sometimes we don't. Sometimes things are misinterpreted. Things are taken incorrectly. You know, sometimes it just pisses the other one off.
Mm-hmm.
It just hits wrong.
Right.
But even if it's not that night, you got to come back and talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
But, like, how long's it been since, like, I walked in the house and then, like, had to turn around, walk back out of the house and start over?
It's been a while, but I mean,
it's been a long time.
Just tonight, you came up to me and apologized for being an asshole.
Well, I was kind of an asshole.
You were kind of an asshole right when I got home. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm not talking anymore.
To be fair, you were a little bit of an asshole to me, though.
And that's communication. I
Right.
think one thing, he thinks another. We come to a middle ground. So I think that's what these people need to do.
That was cool. We just worked that out.
Sure.
You're sleeping on the fucking couch tonight.
We don't do that.
We have 2 couches.
Yeah, and we
you
don't
sleep
do
on
that.
a couch, and I'll sleep on a couch.
We
Nobody gets a
we
bed.
are not sleeping. No, that is my bed upstairs. I am not sleeping in my bed. That only happened once, and that's because he was doing the floors, and my bed was not in my bedroom.
Don't look at me like that because you wanted me to do the fucking floor.
Anyway, next up. This one was submitted 13 days ago. Posted 13 days ago. Am I the asshole for screaming "shut up" at my husband? All right. And he was on the phone with his mother on speakerphone, so she 100% heard it, laughed my ass off. I'm pretty sure I am the asshole, but let's dig into it. I am currently enrolled in online college and was working on a very elaborate and difficult assignment. I expressed to him many times that it was very stressful and I needed to put all of my attention and focus on my assignment and to please not speak to me until I finished it or I will lose focus. Despite this, he kept trying to talk to me. I responded with things like, I really need to focus on this right now. Please don't interrupt me, etc. very calmly. Finally, about an hour in, and I'm literally on the cusp of completing this assignment. I'm on final calculations. Everything has led up to this. Here he comes for the 30th time to say something, and he angrily says, when are you going to come eat? Me, I'm almost done. Please don't interrupt my train of thought. Him, your food is getting cold. Me, I'm almost done. Please don't interrupt my train of thought. Him, well, when are you going? Me, shut up. I honestly didn't even mean to say that. I meant to repeat, I'm almost done. Please don't interrupt my train of thought a third time, but instead, shut up came flying out when I opened my mouth. I was surprised that I said it and felt badly, then felt embarrassed remembering his mom was on the phone with him. I feel like I'm the asshole for obvious reasons, but I also feel like I was at an extremely high stress level doing the assignment, explaining beforehand that I needed to focus on it, and then throughout the entire hour kept calmly asking him to not interrupt me. So I partly feel that he's the asshole, and my response was somewhat justified. He did, in fact, shut up after that. LOL. Am I the asshole?
No, I don't think so.
Not the asshole. I would have told you to shut the fuck up.
Dude, how many times has there been, like, when you're working from home, like, I got to do this. Okay.
Yeah,
then I get up and I go downstairs or, like, oh, all right, well, then now I'm going to go do this. I'm going to take off. It's not that fucking hard.
Or when I'm like, hey, hold on a second. I got to read this email. It's not making sense.
Right.
You shut up for 5 minutes. I read the email. I figure it out, and we're good to go. She needed an hour.
Yeah, not
uninterrupted
that difficult.
hour.
Not that difficult.
It's not that hard.
No.
Like, I get that all the time. If I'm working from home, if I'm writing, if I'm, making these episodes, if I'm reading, like, you get it when you're doing your thing, when you're editing, when you're, if you need time to focus on something, your significant other should understand.
Right.
You are not there for their entertainment.
Right.
Top comment, not the asshole. You had repeatedly told him that you did not want to be interrupted. You told him why he did not respect your need for privacy. And at a crucial moment, he not only interrupts again, he keeps going after you, repeatedly asking him to not bother you. I think shut up was entirely reasonable given the circumstances. He wasn't listening to you when you asked nicely, so you needed to very firmly tell him no, go away. The core problem is his constant disrespect for your need for privacy and to not be interrupted. He owes you an apology at minimum.
I agree.
So, yeah. Someone responded to that. If I pulled this shit and I had my mom on speakerphone, then I would have gotten the scolding of my life. I hope this mom gave him the hell he deserves.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, my mom would have been like, do you not fucking hear her?
Right. Like, what is your fucking problem? She obviously knows that the food is getting cold. She understands.
Not a big deal.
She'll heat it back up.
I mean, that same situation, well, not the same situation, but like food is getting cold type thing has happened with us. Mm-hmm. But I was editing. I had like 3 minutes left. Like, it'll be fine.
And I sat down and ate.
Right. It'll be fine. It's fine.
Because I don't like eating cold food.
First of all, That specific instance was tater tot casserole, and you fucking know as well as I do that shit comes out of the oven like lava. You can let it sit for 15 fucking minutes.
No, it would
fine.
be way too cold 15 minutes in.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 15 minutes is probably pushing it. But you can let it sit for a while, and it's good. Like, still steaming. The fucking insides hold heat.
OP needs to ask him why he's trying to sabotage her education, because even if he doesn't consciously realize it, which I doubt, that's what he's doing. Yeah, not the asshole. I would have a hard time with this. I mean, obviously, it's her husband, so they are married. We would be having a long conversation because it's her education.
Right.
She is trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't in the long run respect that, I don't want to say the D word, but divorce might be in their horizons.
Well, think about it. If he can't let her learn and let her try to progress, then he is holding her back. And that's been something that we've talked about 100 times. Like, I don't want to hold you back.
Right.
If that's going to be the case, then we need to figure it out and
reevaluate.
Yeah, if we need to go our separate ways, then we need to go our separate ways. It would suck, sure, but I still feel that way. I would never purposely hold you back from anything.
Right.
And I'm sure you feel the same way towards me. I mean, you're letting me do everything that I'm doing now, which I don't know how that could go any fucking further, honestly, other than like actually taking time off. But we've talked about that recently too, so
right.
Fucking talk to each other, dude. I do.
Very true.
Just don't get it. What is it?
One of the links, the person deleted their original post, and now I can't find it.
Oh, for the next story?
Yeah. So we don't get that story.
Okay.
And I don't even remember what the story was.
Even Draco looks sad about it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. This is I don't think I had gotten anything from this subreddit before. It's r/am I the jerk. No. So very similar to am I the asshole.
Don't be jerking assholes.
That's not what that means.
That's what it means to me.
And why does it mean that to you?
I don't know, dude. I'm stupid.
Why are you thinking about assholes? Right. Anyway, this is from 13 days ago. Am I the jerk for throwing my boyfriend's performance report of our relationship out?
Performance report?
Of their relationship.
What the fuck?
Here we go. So I, 27 female, have been with my boyfriend Mark, 29 male, for 3 years. We live together in a small apartment, nothing fancy, but it works. Anyway, Mark's always been a bit particular about stuff. Like, he folds his socks into these little balls and gets all weird if I don't. Whatever. I deal with it because I love him, you know. But recently, he's been on this kick about optimizing our life or whatever. He watches these YouTube dudes who say dumb stuff like your partner should add value to your existence and relationships are your ROI, question mark, question mark, question mark. And now he thinks he's a genius. So last week.
Hold on.
What?
Relationships you should be with somebody who adds value to your life.
I understand, but I think it's
just looping in.
Yeah, he's taking it and he's running really far with it.
Okay, that's fair.
So last week we're eating dinner and out of nowhere he goes, I think we need to have a performance review of our relationship. I'm like, oh, what now? He said it's like a job where you check in and see if things are going well or need improvement. I honestly thought he was joking, so I laughed. Big mistake. He pulls out a folder, a legit actual folder with papers in it. This man wrote up a whole list of stuff I need to improve on, like I'm a bad employee or something. He's like, you've been slacking on cooking meals, and I feel like your gym attendance is inconsistent. Also, you don't fold my socks the right way, which shows a lack of attention to detail. Y'all, I stared at him like he grew a second head. I said, "Are you doing a performance review on me?" And he's like, "Yes, but don't take it personally. It's just about making sure we're both putting in 100%. So I ask, "Where's your performance review?" And he blinks at me and says, "Well, I don't think that's necessary because I'm already doing a lot." So I snapped and said, "Mark, I'm your girlfriend, not your employee. And if you want 100%, maybe try being 100% boyfriend first." I grabbed the folder and threw it in the trash. He got mad and said I was being emotional and not open to constructive criticism. Now he's barely speaking to me and says I embarrassed him by overreacting. His best friend said I should have heard him out because it's a unique approach to a relationship. But like, am I crazy here? Am I the asshole? I'll read the edits afterwards.
No, you're not an asshole. He's an asshole. Who? What?
The way he went about it is insane. Okay, so I listened to this podcast called To Be Better. Love it. Love parts of it. I don't completely agree with everything that they say, but who will? They do something called a check-in, right? Where I think it's like once a week at the end of the week, they check in with their partner about things that like they didn't like that happened that week, or things that they feel like are lacking, or things that can be improved on, but also good things like, "I really loved when you did this," or, you know, things like that. That I understand. I think that's really cool in a relationship to be able to sit down and check in with your partner.
Okay, yeah, I can do
This, I'm wondering if that wasn't the same concept he was trying to go for. And like she had mentioned earlier in the post, he just went way, way far.
It could be, I guess, yeah, but like, yeah, if you're gonna swing with this idea, it should be an idea first.
Yeah, have a conversation with your partner about, "Hey, I was listening to this, or I heard this, and I was thinking that we should do this."
Right. Instead of just coming up front to her, sitting her down with a fucking performance report on her, and then saying that you don't need to improve on anything, you sound like a fucking idiot.
Right.
Is what you sound like. Like, sure, maybe she hasn't been going to the gym as much as she used to or something. What the fuck?
So what? I've been working out. You haven't.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I'm choosing to be on that journey for myself. If you so choose to later down the road, cool. If not, cool. But to have a performance review and then, "Oh, but I don't need one because I'm already doing a lot." No, fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that.
You can't
Double
say,
standard.
yeah, you can't say what, I can't sit here and tell you what I'm doing right in our relationship.
Right.
You have to be the judge of that, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely. This is just, I would call it quits. Definitely. Top comment, you're not the jerk, but your boyfriend is. Maybe should have thrown him out with the report.
They've been together for 3 years.
Yeah. And they live together.
That's kind of the hard part with that. Like,
They're not married.
I mean, okay, yeah,
Get
but
out when you can.
still, if you really love that person,
Yeah, but it sounds like, I don't know. To me, it sounds like there was already a lot there that was going wrong. And this is like
yeah,
pushing
true.
over the edge.
Also, though, don't fucking listen to me about that. I should have kicked a bunch of bitches to the curb that I never did, so.
Right. Someone said put him on a PIP. I don't know what that is, but the next comment was, but call it a penis improvement plan and make it all about his bedroom performances just so he can start to feel a shred of the inadequacy vibes he tries to put on you. I just thought that was funny.
That is a good way to get a man to fucking listen.
Okay.
There was an update?
No. Not that I can see. Let me double check. Oh, there was an edit.
An edit. Okay.
My bad. Edit 1. Wow, this post blew up. I'm planning on leaving him soon. We'll update when I do that. Tomorrow, probably. Edit 2. I broke up with him.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay, short and sweet. Understood.
Let me just double check. Oh my goodness. I don't see any other posts or any comments.
Well, hopefully he's getting on these YouTube channels or whatever and saying, hey, help. My girlfriend broke up with me when I tried to do this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This one, I found a lot of like recent ones because this one was 13 days ago.
Okay.
Husband 37 male attempted to manipulate me 35 female. I called his bluff. Now what? This is from r/relationship advice. Throw away because my family uses Reddit. I 35 female have been married to my husband 37 male for 5.5 years. And we have an 18-month-old daughter. We have generally had a good marriage, but have repeatedly had the same 2 arguments for 3+ years. The first argument is that I work full-time, pay 85% of our bills, and do all of the cooking, cleaning, shopping, laundry, running of the household, etc. He also works full-time, but after work comes home and immediately takes his work clothes off, throws them on the couch in my living room, and goes into the family room to watch YouTube. I've repeatedly asked for help and get the runaround. The second is that he has a small porn addiction and suffers from premature ejaculation. An issue in itself, but not our main problem currently. The last week and a half or so, I've been running 80 miles an hour getting ready for the holidays this week. I was cleaning the house, washing the bedding in the guest room, cleaning the fridge, doing all the bits and pieces on a typical day. I wake up, make sure his, mine, and the baby's lunches are packed. She's dressed for daycare. My work bag is packed. Drive to work. After work, I drive to the daycare to pick up baby girl, often taking meetings via phone on the commute. Do any errands that need done, grocery, Costco, pharmacy, etc. Come home immediately, breastfeed the baby, start dinner so we can eat once he's home, give the baby a bath, let her play while I clean off the table / do the dishes, clean the kitchen, tidy up, feed her again, get her to sleep, and then finally take a shower myself. It's basic daily tasks, but I don't stop until 9 to 10 at night. Last week, I asked again for help, but was told that he needed the break because he is tired. I naturally told him that I never get a break and I'm tired too and need help with the house. And if he can't contribute half financially, he can at least contribute half of the cleaning. He shuts down and just gives me the silent treatment for 2 days. Then asks me if I wanted to go to his mother's house with him and the baby. I said only if he wasn't going to ignore me the whole time. This was the match that lit the fuse. He exploded. Eventually, I had done nothing but bitch for the last 3 years. He hates cleaning and isn't going to do it. That if him contributing is such a big deal, then we should divorce. I asked him to explain what that looks like to him. He says, I'll get an apartment and sign the house over to you. Refinance it in your name. We'll split custody 50-50 and split her expenses 50-50 as well. He then stormed out of the house and went to his mother's until about 1 a.m. He again gave me the silent treatment for 2 more days. The other day I asked him how his apartment hunting was going and he said, what? I told him I thought he was right. I had been bitching about this for 3 years. I'm miserable and he's not helping make my life easier. That I agreed divorce is the best option and that I would rather separate as friends and be good co-parents than grow to hate him and feel stuck in a toxic marriage. He then said, I only said that to scare you into shutting up. Basically, he attempted to emotionally abuse / manipulate me to get his way. As someone who grew up in a toxic and abusive childhood, this immediately shut me down emotionally. Like, I look at him and I feel nothing. He is trying now to get back my good graces, bringing flowers and chocolates, and all it does is make me angrier. I need advice. Is the fact that he tried manipulating me and admitted it a valid reason for me to just want to shut this down? Because I have to be honest, I'm tempted to ruin Thanksgiving. I don't think if I'm just angry and reacting out of that or if I'm truly at the end of my rope.
Oh, fuck.
Leave.
Yeah, that's my first.
Leave.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
I'm sorry to even mention divorce. even mentioning it. We don't talk like that.
No.
We don't talk like that. We have had conversations about what things would look like because I think that's reasonable as adults and as people who have both started over from scratch with absolutely nothing to their name. However, we don't sit there and be like, oh, well, we'll just get a divorce. Mind you, we have been married for only almost 3 months. But we've been together for going on 6 years.
Right.
We've never done that. It's never, oh, we're going to end this relationship.
Even when we fucking hated each other.
No.
It was never, like, we never actually had a conversation about breaking up.
No.
Did we?
We did once, but it wasn't when we hated each other.
Right.
It was a different situation.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, which is actually, honestly, kind of fucking crazy to think about.
It's because it's not healthy.
No, and, like, as bad off as we were, and to not say anything like that to each other,
yeah,
is kind of an example that this guy is a piece of shit.
He's a horrible person. And I'm sorry, like, she is running around like a chicken with her head cut off.
Yeah.
She is up super early. She is taking care of the kids. She's taking care of the house. She's taking care of him. She's paying 85% of the bills. He comes home, throws his clothes everywhere, and goes and sits down and watches YouTube. No, fuck that. Get your ass up. Help me with dinner. Do some laundry. Do some fucking dishes. Play with your kid.
Right.
Sorry, this pissed me off.
It's okay. The thing that fucking pisses me off is that he's coming home from work. I understand wanting to get out of your work shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Totally fine, dude. I forget normally to kick my fucking boots off when I get home. Mm-hmm. But I know that feeling when you finally take your fucking boots off or whatever
it's like
you're
taking
wearing.
your bra off at the end of the day.
I'm saying. So what's driving me nuts about this is that he's just taking his shit off like in the fucking living room and just leaving it there.
Yeah, just leaving it on her couch.
Like, I am not a fucking cluttery person like that. Every once in a while I get a little fucking disarrayed, but generally, when I take my fucking clothes off, like even upstairs, I will, if it doesn't land in a basket, it lands in the fucking corner along my dresser.
Yeah,
it's
which is
never in the way.
Where the dirty clothes go.
Right. Like I said, if it's not in a basket, it's on the fucking floor right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the same spot the basket would be. I cannot stand that shit, dude. Mm-mm. I have been, since I was cluttery as a kid, and, like, I didn't like cleaning my room and all that shit. You're a kid. What kid likes cleaning his fucking room? I understand that. As soon as I got my first apartment, that motherfucker was clean all the time. And you have this fucking crazy notion that it's because my mom came over and cleaned it.
I'm sorry. The first time I ever met your mom was the first time I came to your apartment, and she was cleaning your apartment. I can't help it.
She was doing the fucking dishes, dude.
She's cleaning your apartment. Anyway,
hold on.
What's so telling to me is that in here, when she talks about how he comes home from work and takes his work clothes off, throws them on the couch in my living room. She's already living separate from him.
I agree with that.
She is running her life separate from him.
I didn't catch that. Good catch. That's the only thing you can catch.
True. I have no hand-eye coordination. It would probably hit me in the face before anything else. The crazy thing about, she outlines her entire fucking day. And his is go to work, come home, take off my clothes, and watch YouTube. I think she should leave.
I agree.
And the fact that he's the one who said it to begin with. So the top comment, he's not just manipulating you, he's exploiting you. You're carrying the financial burden, all household responsibilities, childcare, and he tried to use divorce as a weapon when you asked for basic partnership. His admission that he was trying to scare you into shutting up shows he views your valid needs as an inconvenience to be silenced. You're already functioning as a single parent while bankrolling his lifestyle. The only difference is you have an adult dependent who throws his clothes on your couch and watches YouTube while you exhaust yourself. The flowers and chocolate are now aren't remorse. They're panic because his emotional blackmail didn't work. You're not overreacting. You're finally seeing clearly. When someone tells you they'd rather divorce than contribute to their own household and then admits they are just trying to scare you into compliance, believe that revelation. He's showing you he prioritizes his comfort over your well-being and will use emotional warfare to maintain it. You're not angry because of the manipulation attempt. You're angry because it exposes the fundamental disrespect at the core of your marriage. He contributes minimally financially, does nothing domestically, and when confronted, tries to weaponize divorce to silence you. The flowers aren't going to fix this level of betrayal. Holy shit.
That was a crazy ass comment.
That was a fucking awesome comment. 13,000 upvotes.
Wow. I'll vote it again.
13,001.
Very good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No. I want to see. That was only 13 days ago. I don't think she's come up. 8 days ago. Comment. I told him today I want a divorce and want him out. He's at the denial stage right now. Looks like I might have to fight.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. That was 8 days ago.
Fuck that guy. Send her a message. Let's donate to her.
She works at a corporate job, and he is currently a carrier. Like a courier?
A courier.
Courier. Okay. Sorry, I said it wrong.
So he's doing DoorDash and fucking...
Apparently, he only started slacking right before she got pregnant. I think I may have brought up him needing to do more around the house once before then. After I got pregnant, this just got worse. He thought I was stuck, I guess, because she had his kid.
Oh. What a dumbass.
Dude, she comments a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. So much.
All right, well, you're not going to skip over this.
Skip over what?
My mom cleaning my fucking apartment. Being married to me and having lived together, she'll come over and hang out with the dogs while we're at work, and she'll get fucking bored and do the dishes. That's my mom.
I know.
My mom was fucking visiting me, got bored, and started doing the dishes.
Okay.
Ask her.
No.
I'll call her right now.
No.
I'll put my fucking...
No. Anyway, we're going to move on now.
Whatever, dude. Let's just do one more, because I'm hungry and it's 7:15.
Oh. Can we do 2 more?
The survey says?
Yes.
That's stupid.
I am the survey and I say yes.
I'm getting a survey board on the wall.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The first one we're going to do is one of the shorter ones. From 3 months ago on the r/am I overreacting subreddit. Am I overreacting to my girlfriend's open relationship rules?
Oh boy.
25 male, very early on in the relationship with my girlfriend, 25 female. She told me that she had to be in an open relationship. I hadn't been in one before, but I said I'll give it a try. And it was clear when we talked about it that either of us could sleep with whoever we wanted. I said, okay. We've been dating for 11 months, and over time, I really started to love her. I know she has quite a few very casual partners, but no other serious relationships. I actually didn't have any other partners, though, because I was so happy with just being with her. Then 2 months ago, I was drunk, and I met a girl at a party, and we slept together. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong whatsoever, so when it comes up with my girlfriend, I didn't try to hide it, but she was really upset. She said it was disrespectful for me to do that. I was kind of shocked. I'm fine with not sleeping with other people, but the problem is now she's like really paranoid and controlling ever since then, like accusing me of looking at other girls or flirting with them all the time, always looking at my phone and wanting me to check in with her every hour when I'm out and let her track my location, etc. It's really bothering me. So basically, she wants to have an open relationship only on her side. She said she loves me and I should be loyal to her, but when I bring up how the rule doesn't apply to her, she gets angry. She says that so many women are not satisfied in their relationships and she's not going to be one of them and I'm not going to hold her back, etc. I get it, but it doesn't feel right. I love her a lot, but I'm seriously thinking about breaking up with her. Am I overreacting?
Break up with her.
Break up with her.
Get
Leave
the
her.
fuck out of there. It's that no. I would be so fucking mad.
She set the standard at the beginning that it was an open relationship.
Right.
If it's an open relationship, then be open. That's not just one-sided. She's allowed to go sleep with whoever she wants, and he's not.
Dude, especially when he only did it once.
Right.
And she has a few casuals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, if you want to go fuck all these dudes, then go fuck all these dudes. I'm going to go do me.
Right. Top comment. Nope. Leave her. You're her safety net, not boyfriend. Someone responded. And get tested.
Yep. Also true. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Leave her. Done. Dunzo.
What the fuck? That poor dude.
Okay. We've got 2. Do you want a choice or do you want me to pick?
It's been pretty normal that I pick. We'll keep on that. Normally I would say like, oh, you pick this time, but let's keep this going on.
Good, because I didn't know which one to pick. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, you never know how to pick nothing.
The first one, I think I destroyed our relationship trying to compliment my boyfriend.
What the fuck?
The second one, my 32 female husband, 34 male. Wait. My 32 female husband, 34 male, is claiming that he didn't know my sister, 33 female, is gay and is now saying he doesn't want our kids, 12, 8, and 6, around her.
Oh, that guy seems like a douchebag. Let's go with the compliment one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because, like, just that headline, like, people are gay, dude, and it's not contagious.
So this was originally posted on True Off My Chest on August 7th. I think I destroyed our relationship trying to compliment my boyfriend. My boyfriend and I are both 28 years old and together for 2.5 years. Yesterday night we were drinking and one thing led to another and I tried to compliment him by saying he is not someone who I would hook up with or be friends with benefits with, but would marry. I thought everything was fine, but he seemed extremely distraught after that. I realized how he understood it and I tried to clarify it, but he is still the same this morning. He told me he needs space to think for a while and left the house. All my friends tell me I messed up. And guys tell me it's not a compliment and most men will understand it differently. I think I destroyed our relationship and I'm panicking right now.
I don't think you destroyed it, but that's a fucked up, like, that's not a compliment.
I get
dude.
what she was trying to say, though.
I do too.
Like,
but
he's somebody that she would take seriously and would marry and wouldn't just be friends with benefits with and things like that.
I know where she's coming from, but
she was also drunk.
Your fucking delivery was fucking terrible. Oh my God. No, that's I just let him take a couple days. That's what I say. I don't know that I've been in that kind of predicament before, but like I'm putting myself in his shoes and like that would leave a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, let me fucking just chill out because you have emotional responses. Yeah. And right now he's fighting emotional responses.
He's going through it. Top comment. Why would you even say that? Laugh my fucking ass off. Next comment. Rookie mistake. You were supposed to be saying dumb shit like this in high school so you wouldn't mess up here. Right.
Yeah, that's it's just a misunderstanding. I don't think you ruined anything. Calm down. Breathe. Don't get that drunk again for a little while.
Well,
just let him fucking take a couple days.
We have an update.
Okay, good.
Sorry, it fucking hit me. Okay, this was posted 12 days later. There were too many comments and messages from the first post. I wanted to reply to them, but there was just too many. However, I made sure I read a good amount of them. Firstly, I want to explain my point of view and what I meant by this compliment. I wanted to tell him that I wouldn't let him go with just a hookup or friends with benefits relationship. I wanted more with him, basically, but I understood my wording with that compliment was terrible. I find him attractive so much. Back to the event. He didn't come back home for 3 days straight. After coming home, we had a discussion about what happened. He told me he felt terrible after I said it to him. I explained my point and what I meant with the compliment. Also, I assured him that I love him and find him attractive. We both said sorry, and I thought things calmed down. I made sure to show him I love him and find him attractive with my actions. However, he seemed a bit weird even during sex. It was like he was somewhere else. Last weekend, he came to me and told me he doesn't see the relationship the same way and how he tried to overcome how he felt, but he just cannot shake the feeling. He said how he didn't want to throw away a 2.5-year relationship and wants to try everything. So we are going to start couples counseling next week. My 2 close friends told me the relationship is probably over and he is just trying his best to deny it right now. That is it. I don't know what will happen, but I don't want to lose him.
I disagree with your friends.
I do too.
I got to be careful here because I tend to disagree with women and their friends because it's like a fucking what do you call it? Like a hive mentality. You fucking get a bunch of people together and like, yeah, this guy or whatever, you know. That was probably terribly explained. But he
like man hating.
I mean, I guess yeah, but you know, like I guess okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a situation with a guy and you went to like a group of girlfriends and asked their opinion and they're both like, "Man, fuck that guy. Man, like do this, do that."
Yeah.
But you felt a different way and you didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
I think I will say that some women are just man hating. I will totally agree with that. I will say that some honestly just vent with the chick, you know, and try to make them feel better.
Right. Yeah. They don't want to see any other side except for their friend's side.
Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes about the dude that he wants to try anything, including couples therapy, because fucking up until we got married, that would have never been a thing for us. I don't think. Like that to me.
For you.
I know, and we've had this conversation in the past too. It really only changed when we got married.
I didn't even know it changed, so that's good to know. Thanks for the heads up.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, at least it's close to Christmas this time when you said it.
Yeah, true. I feel like we're so invested now. Like, not to say that we weren't invested before the marriage. That came out fucking terribly.
No, but I feel like it's different.
It is. Like, I feel as soon as... You can't
just walk away and be done.
Right. That, it just never would have happened to me, for me, because I'm like, okay, so we're going through this. We can't figure it out together. Why would I bring another person to this? Why would I go pay to try and make this work if I can't figure it out on my own?
Because you didn't go to school for psychology.
I mean, no, I didn't, but...
That's why you can't figure it out on your own.
Whatever. Opinions are like assholes, woman. But, yeah, to me it speaks volumes that he wants to try to go to therapy about it. Like... Smart move, honestly, because that's, like, if that kind of thing got said to me, I'd have been fucked up too. Like, well, damn, now I'm, like, second-guessing everything. Am I good in bed? Am I actually attractive? Like, how many other times has somebody thought about this about me? And so on and so forth. So, yeah, that dude's going through it. So, I think that he really does, He really does feel for you. I think that if the dude was gonna fucking leave over that,
I
he
think
would have already done it.
Yeah, he would just leave.
Right.
There's a comment in those, and if this post is actually true, here's a misunderstanding. I assume that a relationship with strong foundations can get past a grave misunderstanding. At least if both have some trust and an open mind. The response to that, not by OP, but by another commenter, is right. No margin for error around this guy. My wife is notorious for accidentally roasting me. My all-time favorite is, there's no one I'd rather be without. Wait, I mean, I'd rather be with no one. Wait. Don't attribute malice to things that can be explained by stupidity.
Oh, shit. That's fucking awesome.
That's some shit I would say.
Right. I could see both of us doing that shit.
Yeah. No. That's just...
Yeah, it's just a simple miscommunication. He took it hard.
He did.
Which I think a lot of women don't really understand how hard guys take stuff. You know, and like you've heard it, you know, guys are made when we're kids, you know, like don't cry, don't fucking don't be that guy, you know, be tough.
Right.
And like we might put that on, but we still feel shit.
Yeah, you guys have emotions just like everybody else did.
And like there's been times that I've been complimented on something, like aside from my looks, which that made me seem vain as fuck. I don't really get compliments on my looks, by the way.
No, but you get hit on all the fucking time.
All the time?
You get hit on all the time.
When's the fucking last time I got hit on?
Didn't you get hit on at the gas station the other day?
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, I got a compliment one time, which at this point I have forgotten. I remember who said it to me, but I don't remember what she said. But it stuck with me for a long time. And I'm sure there's more instances of that, but I just can't remember them. You know how my memory is. But it sticks with us. You know, when you hear something that is different than the normal, it hits something within us, and we will fucking hold that. We'll hold on to that for a long time, because guys don't really get compliments that much. I mean, I guess it depends on the guy, but you know, like you say I get hit on all the time. I might get flirted with, but I never hear, "Oh, you're sexy." Nothing like that.
Getting hit on and getting flirted with is the same thing.
Okay, whatever. But I don't hear that.
I get that.
I don't hear, "You're a very good looking dude."
Yeah.
Or, you know, like, "Nice beard."
I tell you that.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do. You're my wife. But I'm saying, like, in the wild, I don't get fucking...
wild? What are we in fucking Africa?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you know what I mean, though? Like,
yeah.
I don't get... But I guess I don't know. I don't see myself as, like, one of them fucking hot firefighter guys that chicks fucking drool on. So, you know, like, it's a little different. Like, if you're a guy that looks that good, then you do get chicks like that, like Matt Rife, I guess. And fucking chicks are just like, "Fuck me."
Yeah, because he's a douche.
Okay, but when he first came out, you did not feel like that. I know you didn't, because you thought, you fucking laughed at his shit just as much as everybody else did. Now that you've heard more of his shit and you feel a certain way about him, you don't feel like that anymore. Based on looks alone, you were one of them chicks that were like, "Fuck me."
I was not.
I mean, I never heard you say that, but I'm just grouping you in. But yeah, look at me like that. It's fine.
Anyway, moving on.
I don't want to move on.
Sorry. I don't know how this came up in the comments or what, but they were giving examples of like offhanded compliments that may not have been meant the way that they come across.
Okay.
And one of them, it's awesome that your penis is small enough so that I can get it all in my mouth. ...
Well, that one hit home, folks.
Oh my God.
I gotta go.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah. So that's it. I think I would work on that relationship.
Yeah, like I said, he is going above and beyond by trying to take it to therapy, in my opinion.
I also think that honestly things get said incorrectly, especially when people are drinking.
Oh yeah.
That it's
I
not
love you.
that big of a deal. Fuck you.
I was waiting for it. Can we tell that story? I'll let you tell that story.
So, before I had told Jesse that I loved him, or he had told me he loved me, I got really drunk at my sister's, what was it, New Year's?
Yeah, it was something like that.
I think it was New Year's. Mind you, we had started dating in October, had been hanging out since July. And New Year's rolled around, and I got really drunk. He drove me back to my place. And right before I fell asleep, I told him I loved him. Mind you, as soon as I woke up the next morning, I knew what I had said. And he rolled over and goes, "Did you mean what you said to me last night?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? What'd I say? I don't remember saying anything." And told me I told him I loved him. I, of course, said I meant it. But that's his, things come out when you've been drinking. Definitely was not planning on being the first one to say I love you. What was it, like a week later you told me you loved me?
It was right around then.
A week and a half.
I really had to think about it. Like, do I? Can I?
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I know that I think after I said it, it was so easy to say it again, even though I didn't mean to. Because I think it was a couple days later, I was pulling up to my mom's place, and I went to get off the phone with you, and I was like, "All right, bye, love you." And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Bye. And hung up the phone.
You said it a few other times, too, after that.
Yeah, and it just slipped out. But I understood that you weren't going to say it back, because I wouldn't have wanted you to say it back unless you really knew you meant it.
And you told me that then, too.
Yeah.
And I remember we were at your trailer, and you said it like face to face, sober to me. And I think you said, like, you don't have to say it back. And I said, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so that was, like, I don't know what number of times that was that you had said it. But, like, the frequency, and especially after you said it to me face to face, and, like, I could gauge your delivery and, like, your demeanor when you said it.
Right.
I knew that you were serious, and that's what really made me think about it. Like, I had to think about everything that had happened leading up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, is this something that I trust? And it was.
Yeah.
Because you left my house one night, and one of my friends had just moved away. Actually, I think a couple of my friends had just moved away, and I felt alone. And it hurt me really bad, and I was upset. And I think you were just pulling into your driveway.
I was.
And I called you crying, and you said, "Do you want me to come back?" And I didn't think that you were going to say that.
Right.
And it shocked me. And I told you, yeah, I wanted you to come back.
That was when we first started seeing each other.
Yeah. And you fucking came right back. And that, like, still to this day has an impact on me. Because no one has ever done nothing like that to me.
Yeah, the only thing it is, I got in my car, I let the dogs out, grabbed a couple clothes, and then came right back.
Yeah. And it was...
like a half-hour drive, too.
Yeah. It was fast. Let the dogs out.
I was in Davenport at the time.
Oh, fuck. You were. Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
Because we weren't even seeing each other at the time. We were just friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was just nuts to know that you would do that just to make me feel a little bit better.
Because at that point, we had only been hanging out for a couple weeks. I think I'd maybe known you for maybe a month.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about now.
I know.
We're married.
I know.
That helped. It worked.
Me being nice helps. Yay.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, after a couple of fucking times of you saying it, me really being able to read you when you said it, I was like, I think she fucking means business. And like I said, having to add everything up, that was the biggest thing. But then there was all the little stuff too. The laughs, the conversations that we had. The first fucking day we hung out, I knew that you were different because you fucking kept talking.
I mean, we sat in your apartment living room. You were on the couch. I was in a chair for a few hours.
Yeah, and it was
just
like
talk.
Consistent fucking good conversation.
Yeah.
And it like, I've never had that before. I was trying to be respectful. I didn't want.
I had a situation ship at the moment.
Yeah.
That I was figuring out.
I was trying to be respectful. Like I already felt weird about her coming over, but I wanted her to.
But we were solely friends at that point.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't anything else.
Right.
It was, yeah, it's crazy to think that was like 5.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Right.
And this is what, communication will get you.
Right.
A good, healthy, long-lasting relationship, marriage, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that you learn to communicate and how to communicate with that person.
Yes.
Because
and understand that there will be hard times.
Right.
Like, it's not just going to be easy peasy because you communicate.
Well, also, the how to communicate is huge because we both had to figure out how to talk to each other.
Yeah.
In a way that wouldn't piss off the other person. Because I think that we're like almost equally, I probably have a shorter fuse than you do, but we're pretty close.
Internally, I have a very, very short fuse.
I know that. It shows on your fucking face all the time.
At least I don't say it all.
The time. You got to be able to ease into some things, especially if it's a big issue.
Well, and it's not a bad thing to sit and think about what you're going to say before you say it.
Right. Yeah, and that was something that I had to learn too, because you would say something, I'd want to just fucking say something.
Rather than hearing and listening to what I'm saying. You weren't listening to it, you were just hearing it, and you were reacting.
Yep.
You learned how to listen to what I was saying, whereas I learned how to verbalize what I was feeling and thinking without insulting you or making you feel attacked. Because in your past relationships, you felt attacked a lot of the times. So I had to really learn to listen to what you had to say and not make you feel attacked in my responses.
Right. And another part of it was that, I was only a couple years off drugs because I hit a year sober right before I met you, or right after.
Right after you met me.
So yeah, when we had to learn to communicate with each other, it was still pretty fresh to me. Like,
that was only 2 or 3 years after you got sober.
Fresh to the point that like I still had, like, I still jonesed for pills, and I don't really feel that anymore.
That's
by the
good.
way, I don't know. We haven't had that kind of a discussion in a long time, but it's been a long time since
I figured if it had gotten bad, you would say something.
Right. It's really the only time I fucking want anything is if I'm fucking hurting, and
that's hard.
Yeah, I just, dude, fucking one Vicodin with a Sunny D. Like, that's
Let's not give tips on.
I'm not
what
giving
to
tips.
do.
I'm just saying that's what I liked. That's what, I know that if I had that, it would make my fucking back feel better.
Right.
I'm not trying to fucking get high. I just want to feel better.
Right.
That's the only thing I even want anymore, and it's not like I want it all the time. But where the fuck was I going with that? Oh, my train of thought. It got better. No, that was one of the problems with me is like you would say something and I would try to digest it and I would try and respond back to you in a meaningful way, but I would forget what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still bad at that. I have selective hearing like a motherfucker, but
now you'll ask me to repeat myself.
right. And it's not like in a shitty way.
No.
Whereas before it was like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Or, something along those lines, which would then therefore make the fucking conversation even worse.
Well, and it's also like learning who your partner is. I am a crier. I never used to be, but I cry about everything. Happy stuff, sad stuff, stress stuff. Sometimes I just cry and I don't know why I'm crying, okay? I never used to be like that. I never used to cry at all. But now I'm a crier. I'm learning how to deal with it. It was hard for you when we would sit down and have serious conversations and I would start to cry. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, this is going to happen. Don't come over and try to comfort me. Sit on your side of the couch and we'll have this discussion. Pretend I'm not crying.
Right. It's like a response in me, or was, and I guess it kind of still is depending on the situation, but
right.
like if it's conversational crying, I'll call it, I'm not like trying to make you stop crying.
Right.
Because like I am, for the most part, pretty caring, and if you're crying, like I don't want you to feel whatever is making you cry, so I'll fucking, do my best to make you laugh or something, make you feel something different. But it wasn't justified in those situations, and I didn't realize that at the time.
Yeah. And I couldn't hold back crying. Like, it just was what it was. Like, I'd try to hold back crying and I'd end up yelling because I'm trying to hold back crying and I'm trying to talk, and it just it escalated things horribly.
Right.
Once we figured out, oh, hey, you sit on your end of the couch, let me sit on my end of the couch, and we'll have this discussion. And also put your freaking phones away, people.
Right.
Put your phones away. If you're having a serious conversation, put your phones away. Even if it's just face down, put them away. If you're out on a date, put your phones away. Pay attention to your partner.
Right.
Don't text argue. If you're going to have a conversation, have a conversation.
Right. And it's pretty easy to say, like, it might fuck up your day or your partner's day to send him a text and say, hey, we need to have a conversation when you get home.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is, right? Like, it's a little bit of collateral damage. But rather than, if there's something I need to talk to you about, something that happened, like, I don't want you to come home from work in a giggly, giddy mood and then fucking drop a bomb on you.
Right.
And that's something that, like, has always fucked with me, too, is, like, because you've done that to me in the past. You, like, just drop a bomb on me as soon as I get home. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It throws you for a loop. So I would much rather be ready for that when I get home. Like, okay, I know as soon as I walk in the door, the mood's going to be somber or whatever.
Well, and we've both sent those texts like, hey, when we get home, I think we need to have a talk.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a discussion. It's not always something that's like crazy, super serious. Sometimes it's just, hey, we need to talk about this month's bills, or we need to,
Right.
But sometimes it is serious. I just think if you want to work on it, then work on it and really put the work in. It's not easy, but like so many stories I hear from people, of their significant other throwing insults and calling names, and it's just not healthy.
No.
Like, you can't have a healthy relationship communicating that way.
No.
So.
No, and like another thing is, like, don't run away when things get hard.
No.
Because that's not fixing anything.
I understand at a certain point if things aren't getting better and working on it, if you're not working on it, or, there is a time to leave.
I agree.
But running just because it got hard real quick.
Right.
No.
You know how many times I would have fucking run?
Oh my God, same.
If I was like that, I mean,
Same.
we're not a perfect couple.
No, Hell no.
It like that's the other thing is we don't claim to be.
No.
Why the fuck would we do that?
No, we have our issues. We have our arguments. We have our snips and snaps and, little things that bug me or bug you. And we have our weeks where it's like, God, I can't stand this person. And then we have our weeks where it's like, damn, I love this person.
Right. And I honestly, I think these podcasts have kind of helped us.
A little bit,
I mean, not that we've needed help recently. I mean, we're freshly fucking married.
Well, that doesn't mean anything when you've been together for
it's true. It's
5.5 years.
But, I think it adds to what we have.
Yeah.
Because, we didn't have hour-and-a-half conversations before we started doing these.
No. And I like being able to give our own true opinions on things.
Right.
And have that discussion. And then, at the end of it, we seem to be having little talks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it. I think it gives us a lot of one-on-one time that's, needed, especially with everyday lives of work and dogs and it's just shit.
We get a chance to be ourselves and sit down here and talk like husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
Or honestly, just as fucking friends.
Right, because that's what we were to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we still are.
Right.
Because you're my best friend.
You're my best friend, too.
Aw. I
All
love
right.
you.
Well, I love you, too. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good fucking way to wrap this one up, huh?
Yeah, so this was work on it or call it quits. Let us know what you guys think in the comments and comment, subscribe. Let us know if you have any ideas on future episodes.
For sure.
See ya.
See you next time.